This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Rachel Consola standing by. Caller 9-844-999. Ola will play Profile This coming up in minutes. And we've got your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. First, quick check into Mike Hawk for some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, the 33-year-old wife of Congressman Darren Soto was arrested for disorderly intoxication at Disney World.
Is there any other kind of intoxication? What did she do?
It says here that she went down to the bar and ordered a tall glass of I'm Not Working on It.
God damn it.
It doesn't seem that hard to get thrown out of Disney World for being drunk.
Really?
You're just a little bit loud.
I mean, if you're like at Epcot, like I always say, like people drink around the world. They kind of expect it there. But even then, the soccer players got tossed. But almost any other park, like MGM,
They're not that lenient about you being hammered.
Right, like the Magic Kingdom doesn't even sell booze. Unless you're like in the castle.
You need to go to like Universal.
But like MGM, they have places they sell beer, but just like saying, if you're in Main Street Disney World, like if you're drunk, you're going to stick out.
And if you really want to go to those places and have a good time, and you obviously you can go to Disney World, Disneyland, have a good time, but Busch Gardens in Williamsburg and in Tampa is owned by Busch, as in Anheuser-Busch. They have the Clydesdales there. They have tons of beer from around the world. They've got great roller coasters. Like, if you want to go to an adult place that's built around roller coasters and drinking, it's Busch Gardens. It's the whole point.
Right.
That's a good alternative.
There's a big recall on Stella Is it Artois?
Artois.
All right, Stella Artois, because the bottles can contain shards of glass.
I hate that.
That is a problem.
Yeah. Kind of leaves a scratchy feeling in your throat.
Yeah, it does.
Well, one of the headlines said, like, their bottles contain glass. I'm like, no, that's a good thing. They're like, oh, you mean inside of it. All right. Okay.
In the wet stuff.
Yeah.
IHOP is now offering French toast made with King's Hawaiian sweet rolls for a
Hell
limited
yeah,
time.
they should.
Right?
That's it. Now they're getting it. You damn straight. Or challah bread.
According to a new study, it's possible that life exists on Venus even though the surface is over 800 degrees.
Okay.
Sure.
A group of scientists think that tiny microbes might be able to survive in the clouds where it's not so hot. I'm thinking no matter what,
microbes.
something can survive anywhere. It just depends on what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why they're so gross looking. They're like, we don't care, man. We can live anywhere.
Right. A couple who met at a grocery store in Pennsylvania just got married at the same store 10 years later.
Nothing says romance like the food, lion.
Can you reach the Heights 57?
What grocery? I mean, come on, man.
Are people still saying that?
What's that?
Hey, you want to meet a girl? Go to the grocery store. I mean, for a while, that was like a thing. You meet a nice girl at church or the grocery store.
I thought it was like buy a puppy, go to the park.
These are hard places to holler.
Say, girl, I see you like peanuts. I see you at the bulk.
I see you're not buying much anymore. I got enough money for food. Do you?
Hey, I can get you something that's not just ramen noodles, mama.
You like fresh poultry?
You know.
Vegetables?
Not all meat has to be the manager's special, mama. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I'm right here.
My beef doesn't have a rainbow sheen.
My beef doesn't have a rainbow sheen.
You don't know that.
According to a new study, people who deleted Facebook had lower stress levels after 5 days than people who kept their accounts.
No kidding.
Yeah,
right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they did miss the little dopamine burst you get when someone likes your posts.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, all of that makes guess what? You get rid of Facebook, the things that drove you crazy don't bother you. The things you enjoyed, you're going to miss.
I feel like we're just feeding money into these studies that tell us the same thing every week.
It's not like moving away from a city. Even if, well, there's something about it you'll miss. Well, no kidding.
Right. Exactly. 20% of parents have been caught getting it on by their kids.
Well, good, because they're still having sex.
And some of the lies...
Right.
I
mean, there's little detectives running around a home. Like, this is bound to happen.
It's only a story if they catch you having sex, but it's not with each other.
I knew every single thing that was in my house, no matter where it was. I mean, there was nothing you could hide from me. I found time to find it. I went through everything. I knew everything was.
What is the age when they know you're not wrestling?
Past 5, maybe 6. Maybe a little bit longer.
It depends on the movies they see. Are they wrestling too? Well,
they don't want to go out for wrestling in school. That's for damn sure.
So long since I wrestled, I can't remember.
We're all getting naked. Some of the lies that they come up with are, we are play fighting.
Okay.
We invented a new sport and we're playing it.
Yes, we are.
What's that sport
I
called?
like that.
It's called effing.
Yeah. Joust. It's called joust.
Right. We're playing catch.
You got a big old. Mom's got a big old catcher's mitt. I got like a second baseman's glove. Looks like a clam. Well,
We're not playing anything yet. She's just waxing my back.
that's right.
Damn.
Jeez, Louise.
Just applying a polish. Run, relax.
And we were searching for magic treasure.
That's an excuse people
I
give.
found the Potter of gold.
Yeah, I was looking for a magic treasure. I'd be like, I'm fracking.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, it is kind of a magical treasure. But
But you got to look with your one eye.
Easter egg hunt is on.
People who are in non-monogamous relationships are more satisfied with their sex lives than monogamous people, according to a new study.
Yeah, because you can have sex with different people.
Right, but there is a trade-off. Wait for it. There's a trade-off. They're less satisfied in their relationships.
It's because they don't have one who's having sex with multiple people.
Right.
Thanks for that study. God.
What else?
People that like peanut butter enjoy eating it.
Not just spreading it on themselves.
Right. Not just putting it on their nipples.
But there's a trade-off.
Right.
Yeah.
they also eat jelly.
Right.
Bud Light Lime has had a big sales drop over the past 5 years, but that didn't stop Anheuser-Busch from making a sequel.
A sequel.
Bud Light Orange is hitting stores right now.
That's a good
Oh,
idea.
Mike, that might be in your wheelhouse.
I'm in, man.
I knew it would be in
What?
your wheelhouse.
You bet.
Are you kidding?
Well, you like an orange-flavored kind of Blue Moonish drink, don't you?
Yeah, I like having a nice slice of orange in my Blue Moon.
Well, then you're going to like this.
God, you're
But
that guy.
It might be over the top, though. It might be a little too much, then.
You don't like fruit, Thrill.
True. That has no place in beer.
I like a lime in my Mexican beer. I do, actually. Makes me feel like it's summer.
All right, you know what? I was about to say I don't like fruit and beer, but Miles is 100% right. Tecate or whatever.
Yeah, give me a lime. Give it to me.
Give me the Bud Light Orange.
Closest I get to eating an orange.
According to a new survey, 2% of Americans fully believe that the Earth is flat.
Oh.
Let's just stop arguing with them. I don't think you can prove, all the proof you need is already out there.
Unfortunately, it gets worse.
Oh, boy.
There's another 14% that aren't sure.
No, just
I thought 2% sounded low for the flat earth.
Earthers.
Will Smith is rubbed off on you, too. The Earth
Earthers.
is flat.
Where are you from? Earth. Everyone should say that.
Earth.
A 29-year-old man in Vermont somehow confused a police cruiser for a pizza delivery car, walked up to get his pizza, and got arrested for an outstanding warrant.
Oh, God, you know why that happened?
No, I'm not working on it.
Because he's an idiot.
A man in Florida was upset.
I don't know. Some pizza places have the big sign on top that lights up.
But they're not blowing red.
But they're a lot bigger than that bubble on the cop car stand.
That would be the worst idea ever. If you had like a fake police-looking car that delivered pizza, I mean, half your clients would be freaked the hell out. I mean, like,
Yes.
You go knock on their
yeah, it's
door.
like 7:30 at night, man. A police car pulls out in front of your house. You're like, oh man, you're jumping under your bed.
Pizza delivery.
You're hiding in an attic. They're just trying to deliver your pizza.
We go to Houston for this.
Because they have a police car in my neighborhood that says beer patrol on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, sometimes like, okay, that's funny, ha ha ha. Don't pull up to my house in that thing.
We go to Houston for this little clip.
What is that?
I'll tell you all about it 1 hour from now.
Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines are coming up 1 hour from now. First, the game is
The Men's Room presents Profile
And
This.
Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on, say it with me, Ted, Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Andy. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, bichola.
Hola. All right, Dandy. Andy, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Now, according to police in Arizona, it is not acceptable to use a taser to get your child up for church, even if it's on Easter Sunday. Well, a mother, she was arrested on suspicion of child abuse after she used the stun gun on her 17-year-old son early Sunday morning. Now, she told police she only sparked the taser to get the kids up for church. Says she didn't touch him, just sparked it. But an 18-year-old member of the family who was a witness said different. said that he actually did use the taser, and officers found 2 bumps on the teen's leg. Now, in a court appearance the next day, she said the 17-year-old is on probation, wears an ankle bracelet, and that's why he has the bumps on his leg.
Oh.
So she was released on the condition that she find somewhere else for the teen to live and give up any weapons until a future court date. Now, do you believe that this mother-son dynamic is black, white, Mexican, or Asian?
This one, I'm actually from Arizona. This one seems pretty clear to me. I'm going to go with Mexican.
It's clear cut, just that easy.
That easy. I mean, Mexicans, they take church real seriously. That sounds like the super grumpy old Mexican grandmother waking kids up to go to church.
Right, she woke up the kid with a taser.
You know what? If you saw the movie Coco, you can picture. Seriously, the grandmother in that movie, dude. I mean, she's beating people with shoes.
Do you have
Not
children?
the best
Do you have
animated
children?
movie.
No.
There gets to a real point, man, where you can't just wake them up. They won't wake up. I mean, and as they get, I was horrible.
Are you going to tase
as a
them?
teen? No, I'm just saying. Like,
I am.
There's certain people, like, every time you try to wake up Brian Cowles in the morning, he'll
punch you.
He'll punch you in the face.
He punches you.
Physically. He'll physically try to. One time in Chicago, he beat my ass like at 6:30 in the morning, or tried to.
It's just, that's how he wakes up.
Did she tase him just...
So it
I'm
could be
guessing
why.
I'm not
she
gonna say
tased him
this.
like, get up, get up, get up. Finally broke out the taser and jabbed him
Just
with
hit
it.
him with a...
Yeah.
Zap.
On his leg. Zap.
I don't know, man. That could be white.
It could be, but given it's from Arizona, that sounds like Mexican.
Final answer.
I'm gonna go Mexican.
All
Final
right,
answer.
we're going to find out if the lovely lady was black, white, Mexican, or Asian next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bichola. You have entered the men's room.
All right, got headlines on the way with Mike Cock coming up in minutes. First for all the TV news all the time. It is time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box,
Armageddon.
the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
I got to admit, this year's NCAA tournament had a lot of awesome stuff in it. I don't think anybody would argue the championship game was one of those things.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But if you didn't see any of it, Villanova did win that one. And the problem was the game was kind of a blowout. I think you can kind of hear the end of the game here. Like, people are excited. I don't know that they're that.
But they've been waiting.
Right.
You know.
So Villanova's going to win its second championship in the last 3 years. And Villanova, your 2018 national champions in San Antonio.
What is that, Joe Buck?
Well, and sometimes, right, like when the final horn or whatever goes off, you can kind of hear the crowd be like, oh, my God.
Right.
That didn't happen this time with this team. And, I mean, frankly,
You live in Philadelphia. You had a pretty good year.
Yeah. By the way, one weird thing, maybe this is just my family, was the horn in the Final Four in the championship game annoying to anybody?
I didn't really notice it, man.
Like, the horn is not quite what a regular basketball horn in an arena should be.
I don't know.
All right, play it one more time and just listen for the horn in the background.
So Villanova's going to win its second championship in the last 3 years. And Villanova, your 2018 national champions.
It just was kind of faint.
Yeah,
It sounded like
I don't
a...
know if I heard it.
Yeah, it sounded more like a... I mean, no offense, I have one, but it sounded more like a scooter kind of horn. Like, usually, you know, in a basketball arena, that horn is loud.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
hey, buddy, I'm not being mean. You just need to go on this green light right now because it turned from red. The nice tap horn.
Yeah.
Not the I hate you
Yeah,
horn.
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if that was a big deal, but trust me, in the Smith family, it was a massive deal. People were tweeting about it.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I almost was going to go off.
Play it
about
again. I want to hear it one more time just to make sure I'm not losing my mind.
So Villanova's going to win its second championship in the last 3 years. And Villanova, your 2018 national champions.
You hear it?
in
No,
San Antonio.
I'm almost been deaf on that damn thing. I heard like,
It's
it
just
blended
not
in
really
with-
present,
Yeah,
man.
it was like kind of blended
Like,
in with
even
it.
the horn sounded bored with the game.
Now I'm worried about
Right.
Big going deaf or something.
No, that's the problem. The horn just sounded weird.
Yeah,
and like
the game's over.
it's the Alamo Dome. The Spurs play there all the time. It's not like they don't have basketball. It just kind of was like, it was just weak, dude.
Get out of my face, that weak-ass horn.
I'll tell you what, sitting at watching some of that women's tournament, man, oh man, they had the games going on. Those games were, I mean, granted, the championship game, the first half of the game, you kind of thought that nothing was going to happen there. And then the second half of the, Notre Dame kind of clawed their way back, and God almighty, I mean, she hit 2 shots in 2 games to win it. It was just crazy. I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of insane that I forget her name, but that she hit that same game-winning shot basically twice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure I read one thing that was like the ball wasn't even designed to be in her hands. It wasn't,
and she still hit it. And they were for threes, and there was somebody on her, and she just still nailed it. I was like, man, oh man, you're going to win a championship and go nuts. That's how you finish a game.
Yeah.
Buzzer beater. Ball's going through, the light goes off on the top of the thing.
It's just how you dreamt it up.
And you're national champion.
Yeah, it's just how you dreamt it up since you were a kid.
Trust me, I never cheer like, oh, yay, Notre Dame, but in this instance, I'm like, oh, good for them.
Well, Thurl brings up a good point, too. Like, I don't care where the basket is. If it's in your backyard or down at City Park or whatever, like, nobody ever sits there and goes, all right, 3 minutes left in the first half.
Right. It's always
in your head.
And I'm going to shoot this layup.
Right? Like, when you take that shot to win it, you're taking that shot to win it.
And I don't care who you are. If you're going to try to hit a 3 in your mind, even if you're playing pickup with your buddies, in your brain, you're playing in the NBA. This is game 7. There is one half of it because that's what you do.
Thursday night YMCA hoops. But we're tied at 2-2. Right. I get the ball. First period. Oh, off the back.
Air ball. But in your mind.
Oh, John's coming in for me.
Sure, man. Every single time.
I'm winded.
Right.
If you play catch with your buddy with a football, every time you go to catch it, that was the final play of the game.
Oh, and 3rd and 1.
You did score. Right. Never. Oh.
Just missed the first down marker.
Damn.
Oh, I stepped out 2 feet hurt.
Even my dreams suck.
The pass interference always goes your way on those.
Oh, absolutely. And at some point, they thought you were injured and couldn't return. You're playing through the pain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole thing.
Right.
Both feet in. I think I've been talking about it for a couple weeks now. My favorite person in politics right now, Stormy Daniels.
Stormy.
She's still my favorite, if nothing else, for name alone. But Seth Rogen had her in a couple of his movies, and here he is talking with Ellen DeGeneres about it.
I've known Stormy Daniels a long time, and I'll be honest, she may have mentioned some of this stuff around 10 years ago. At the time, when you ask a porn star who they've been sleeping with and the answer was Donald Trump, it was like the least surprising thing that she could have said.
So, and have you kept up with her? Like,
I haven't seen Stormy in years, but she's clearly done well with herself.
Yeah. So, but why is she in 2 different movies with you? I mean, she did well?
Well, no, yes. We, in our movies, sometimes there was 2 scenes in strip clubs, and we realized it was easier to hire, like, porn stars to play strippers, rather than get actresses to play strippers who were not in porn. Because if for Stormy, that was the easiest thing she did all week.
Right.
And so, like, if your goal is to be a more mainstream actress, it's perhaps a step down. But for Stormy, it seemed lateral at worst, and perhaps an easy day on set.
Just being honest.
Yeah. Right. If you want to see that full interview, we have the Bedroom Facebook page. Yeah, I mean, he makes some solid points there, right? Like, number one, right? What did he say? That was 10, 11 years ago?
Right.
Like, I mean, a porn star that was like, yeah, I've been hooking up with Donald Trump. Like, we got to remember, he was just Donald Trump, for being Donald Trump in The Apprentice. Like, I wouldn't have questioned it either. Like, all right.
Well, makes sense to me.
Yeah. And then, I mean, he makes good, if you're going to hire somebody to be a stripper and stuff, like, well, she's already a porn star.
That's it.
She's comfortable.
I don't know if a lot of people know this, but that's a lot of porn stars often, too, go to strip clubs. And people show up and pay money just to see them perform.
They do.
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
That's how they go on tour. Even if it's just Ron Jeremy sitting there signing an autograph or something. Whoever it is, adult, female, whatever, if they're in that industry, they go.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yep.
The good life.
This is kind of an odd list. But basically, they put out a list and asked people, which late-night TV host would you pick if you needed work done on your car?
Well, Jay Leno, if he's there.
Right, so obviously Jay Leno would be kind of the obvious answer, but he's not there anymore.
Yeah, I know what your problem is right here. Look, come here, look at that. With the spark plug is.
I didn't know what I was doing. That's all right. I like cars. I don't really do anything.
I tell you, tell them about the light man.
Just flip them.
An automotive research company, they asked more than 22,000 people that own cars. Who do you think was number one?
Jimmy
I'm
Kimmel.
saying Kimmel.
Yeah, Kimmel. Got 27% of the vote.
Sure.
After that was Fallon, and then Stephen Colbert, Trevor Noah, and James Corden.
Okay, all right.
Why they didn't have like Conan, Samantha Bee, John Oliver, Seth
Because you're
Meyers?
not picking any of them.
Yeah.
You're not picking Conan. You're not picking Samantha Bee. You're not picking John Oliver, and you're not picking who the hell was the last person you said?
Conan, Seth.
Seth. Yeah, you're just not picking Seth.
Yeah, and Kimmel just seems more like the average person. I mean, he's a big-time Hollywood star now. He's hosted the Oscars. I shouldn't say he seems like an average person.
But
like,
he
twice.
talks about his family all the time and cooking.
And like he started on the Man Show. Like you feel like he could help you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But then, yeah, some of these other guys, it's like
he can identify the model of the car.
But they've been comedian or comic writers, and now they're comedians. Like,
and most of the time, comic writers just kind of live and die in the world of New York City, which isn't really car centric as far as the ownership goes or whatever. Until you make a lot of money, because you can't afford to keep it someplace.
Well, nobody drives in New York City.
That's what I mean. Like, if you're Jimmy Fallon, you have a car now. You haven't needed one. You've been on SNL for 10, 15 years in this job, and then. Yeah, I'm sure you have a car at that point. I'm just saying you haven't lived the car lifestyle of New York City, which is not the car lifestyle.
Even if you had a car, you don't have a car lifestyle.
Right. Well, what are those late night guys would you trust to cook for you?
Cook?
Oh God, Kimmel. Kimmel's got an outdoor a wood fire pizza. He makes food constantly. Same guy.
Does he?
Oh
okay.
yeah.
Then I'm picking
All right.
Yeah, he's that's actually one of his big hobbies. Like, I guess if you in the world of. You used to go over to Gary Shandling's place when he was alive and play basketball if he invited you over. That was where you ended up by the end of the night. If you go over to Kimmel's place, apparently you end up in the back. There's balls of dough. You're going to make yourself a pizza.
Okay. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I would trust Corden least, only because he's English, and English food is terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. Just like, man, sorry. Like, English food is awful. There's no chance I want you to cook for me.
Speaking of Jimmy Kimmel, he had some thoughts on April Fool's Day and Easter. No?
I hope you had a happy Easter / Passover / April Fool's Day. I tried to explain April Fool's Day to my daughter, Jane, yesterday. She's 3 years old. I said, today is Easter and April Fool's Day. This is the day we play tricks on each other. And she said, no, it's Easter. And that was that. She ate so much candy. Yes, she went absolutely nuts when we tried to put her to bed. I always thought that sugar thing was a myth with kids. She had an absolute fit. My wife said, is this how you're going to behave? You're not going to be allowed to have sugar anymore. And I just walked in at that moment. All I heard was her screaming, but I love sugar. I love sugar. And that is the true meaning of Easter, by the way. And the bunny.
I've always kind of wondered how all the candy got involved with Easter.
Man, I don't know, but that's all it's about. I mean, the kids, it was the big-ass chocolate bunny. Big-ass chocolate bunny. And my daughter instantly was like, can I eat this whole thing? And I was like, dude, if you do that, I'll have to kill you. No, you can have some ears later. Eat the ears later, sure enough. As soon as you get home, man, this bunny, and like she thinks everything's cute. She's one of those people, she has this horribly annoying voice and everything. It's so cute, right? But it like goes up at the end. But the bunny, she devoured that mofo. He was cute until she smelled it. It was chocolate. That thing, it does not look like a bunny anymore.
I feel like it's just a day that allows pastels. You know, in a weird way.
Well, I mean, religion-wise, like Easter is the biggest one.
For religion, we get that, but like Christmas is significant. But there's the religious aspect of the holiday, and if that's what you do, good for you. Everybody else kind of does something similar. As a Christmas, it's gifts. This is understood. Easter, you're right. It's like you're going to eat marshmallows, dress in really ugly
Dad's
colors.
going to wear a pink shirt for some reason. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's the one pastel acceptable day. Like, even if you wear a suit, people wear like really, and like all the eggs are pastel and everything's pastel. And it's the only day where like you could absolutely look like, I don't know, like you stepped out of a Willy Wonka movie or something, and it would be completely normal.
Yeah, everyone's cool
on that day. That day. You can wear pink with purple, with all that stuff. No, violet.
Yeah.
And it's just weird, man.
It's pastel day.
How did Peeps get involved in this? Because I don't like Peeps, but I know it's Easter, and I know Peeps are down
I think
with
they're
Peeps.
just like one of the original Easter candies.
Along with jelly beans.
mean, what did they just market it that way? Was there a demand? Like, man, oh man,
candy corn is for Halloween.
But they do the color. Like, I can look at a candy corn and go, I understand what you're trying to do here.
That's what I'm saying. I think Peeps just started years ago, and it was like, all right, we'll make something.
Easter, yeah, that's it.
Right? Well,
it's always
even Easter, sure.
Look, we
got them.
I like the idea of just eating candy and hard-boiled eggs.
Okay, you know what's going to happen?
I'm down with that.
In 200 or 300 years, all right, there's going to be 2 Jamokes on the radio, 3 Jamokes on the radio. One's going to go, and my kid asked me the other night, Daddy, why is it National Pizza Day? Well, because 300 years ago, son, is it a dude or a woman in their basement?
Yeah, it was just a guy that started
in his basement, when the internet became popular, decided every day is a day. Right. He started making them up as he went along, and they plugged them all in. Everyone went, okay, we all agree, and here we are.
Because somebody said so.
Because tomorrow's going to be donut day, just so you know, in case you go to work. And after that, it's appreciate your teacher day. And the day after that, it's
something.
Yes, that day. Pretzel day. So get ready with all your pictures that you're going to take and post.
It is just, I'm just saying, it is just kind of funny. I don't know what the connection is. Like, at least with Christmas and stuff, you can look at, like, Coca-Cola introduces that kind of Santa Claus we know.
Yeah, I mean, they're responsible for that.
Your kids, it's just like, it's Easter, you better get some candy.
Have these marshmallow birds.
Do you really think anybody's ever sat down with their kid? You know what I mean? Like the young kid is like, all right, could you tell me the real meaning of Christmas? I mean, commercially?
Drink Coca-Cola.
All right, well, let's start with Coca-Cola. Now, it's this beverage where they used to put cocaine in it to keep you awake, right? But eventually they had to take that out of there. So anyway, what you know now is the a product of that. Don't drink the diet version. There you go. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Like, God damn. It's just, that's the truth.
We've been talking about it for a week now. Roseanne returned in a massive way to the airwaves. Besides the fact she had huge ratings for the initial viewing, then they had massive DVR ratings. They played another episode, the same episode they played later in the week. That got a massive, another 4.5 million people.
They're going to reboot everything now. People are on board. People who never even thought to get in a meeting together and ever talk to each other again just saw the dollar signs flash.
Sure.
Jerry Seinfeld called, Larry David. All the members of Friends want to get together. I guarantee you because of this, there's been 9 million people on the horn going, let's do this again, let's do this again, let's do that again. And the people on the other end going like, maybe this time.
Sure. Will and Grace, Roseanne.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah. I mean, right. I think the problem for Seinfeld is you got to hope Jerry Seinfeld wants to come back.
Right.
Yeah, well, that'd be imperative.
And you'd have to hope people are cool with Michael Richards. He's the real wild card and all that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and Kramer comes busting in and you just hear crickets.
Like,
Kramer.
Well,
maybe that's when Newman can show up. Hello, Kramer.
Dion Cole could be his arch nemesis.
IGN.com put together a list of the best and worst revivals. They say the best ones, obviously, this list came out before Roseanne did, so you'd have to put Roseanne in there. But Twin Peaks, that didn't seem to really miss a beat. You mentioned Will and Grace. The Gilmore Girls.
Oh, that's right.
People love that show.
People do. Girl Meets World. Prison Break, Samurai Jack. I don't even know what that show is.
No idea.
I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy.
Mike
Samurai Jack. Okay, oh yeah.
Samurai Jack.
I'm telling you.
Is it about a samurai named Jack?
I mean, I don't know a ton about it, but that feels what the show's about.
That's what it's about.
Yeah. Where's Jack from?
Japan.
For real, man.
To be honest, I don't remember where he's from. But there's this huge spirit demon called Haku.
All right.
He's got to beat him.
They say the bad ones are the...
Thanks for that glowing review, Mike.
Like it sounds so exciting.
It's an old cartoon. It was great. It was on Cartoon Network eons ago.
They said the bad ones that they brought back were Heroes Reborn, Fuller House, The Muppets, The Bradys, and Dallas.
They brought the Bradys back?
Well, this is just the Bradys, I think, right? So it's got to be a little bit different because isn't one of the parents dead?
Well, yeah, it's not the whole bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
it's what's left of the bunch. It's like the leftover grapes. Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. All right, we've got headlines on the way with Mike coming up in minutes. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. True story. A Spaniard raised by wolves ends up being disappointed with interacting with human life. If you live in Rochester, New York, your dog can go to yoga and tag along with your lovely wife. Sad news from Hollywood as Jennifer Garner's pet chicken has died. Arizona mom uses taser to get sleeping teenage son's eyes to open wide. And a 63-year-old substitute teacher unbuttons her pants, dances for the class while admitting that she smokes pot. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
All right, our top story. In Houston, Texas, a young teenager was filmed making this reaction. That is the sound of a young man being accepted to the college of his dreams, Stanford.
Thank God, because you never know what else it could be.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like the last thing he ever heard, what's ever said.
That's the way I'd sound if I found like a spider on my penis. It would sound roughly like that.
That's not all that he got accepted into either. He got letters from 20 top schools that he wanted him to join their program.
Damn.
All of which giving him a full ride scholarship.
So if 20 schools wanted him, why was he that shocked that
This
Stanford's one of them?
This must be the one.
Well, that was the first one.
Oh, well, then everything
and
else
it was Stanford.
Yeah, everything else would probably be anticlimactic after that.
I would not have gotten accepted to my community college.
He's narrowed it down to his top 7 colleges, which are Harvard, Princeton, Northwestern, Yale, Penn, Stanford, and Georgetown.
Go Stanford just for the weather.
You know,
Sorry, man. Like all the rest of those winners suck.
Whoever this kid is, you don't need to worry about him, her. They're going to be just fine.
It's going to be great.
They're going to be just
fine.
Well,
and one thing that I saw that didn't make a whole lot of sense is that it says that he's graduating with a 4.67 GPA. How does that
says
work?
smart way to change the math.
Right?
You know what he's going to do, though? He's going to call his parents and say, guess what, Mom, Dad? I'm majoring in philosophy.
Yeah, right.
I think you get more than 4, or I don't know.
How?
You take AP advanced placement classes. I've heard you can do this, Mike.
Okay.
I know nothing about it myself, obviously.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
Around the world, the headline says it all. Spaniard raised by wolves, disappointed with human life.
Really?
The man was living in the wild until he was 19 years old and found by the civil guard and integrated back into human living. Now he says he's been cheated and abused, exploited by bosses in the hospitality and construction industries, and never fully integrated.
Yeah, I mean, you're a dude. Everything looks great here. You're just raised by wolves. I'm sorry.
It's just damn. Said the calluses on his feet were big enough to where he could kick stones and they felt like tennis balls.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I mean,
it sounds a little crazy.
Now, I get, like, you know, if monkeys, like, see a person, you're, like, close enough. But, like, wolves, I would think, like, that's easy eating.
Right? That's what I'm saying. It sounds a little crazy.
Yeah.
A 63-year-old
He suckled from a wolf. I want you to think about it. He's had a wolf nipple in his mouth. There are not a lot of people that can say that.
And he shared it.
Right. I mean, if my dog used to roll on her back, I'm like, dude, I'm done. You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird looking. It's like a spider's eyes looking back at you. These endless rows of nipples. I'm like, this is gross.
Lay down on your side, Ma.
Right. Jeez, man.
A 63-year-old substitute teacher is under fire after receiving multiple reports of inappropriate behavior with students. The woman allegedly telling students that she smoked weed and will have a party at her house so they could too. She then told them that she would order them a pizza and they should bring their swimming suits so they could swim. Then she allegedly gave out her phone number to a few students, put on vulgar rap music, and began to dance and unbutton her pants and solicit dollar bills from the students.
Those kids will never get that out of their mind.
Never.
Nope.
Never.
63 years old.
Give me your lunch money.
Yeah.
Never.
Nope.
It's over.
It's done. Sad news in the entertainment world. Actress Jennifer Garner took to Instagram to pay tribute to a friend that passed away from natural causes. She posted the video of her beloved chicken, Regina George, that passed away over the weekend.
On Easter. On Easter.
Yep.
Chicken died on Easter.
Yeah, when she looked back, she was very tender. Or you don't use the chicken funerals. I'm writing a book.
Yeah. And there's actually 7 guys named Herb in the
oh, my God.
And if you play music, never have a drummer.
Ah, jeez. We go to Arizona, where a mother is being told how to parent her child based on her method of rousing her son to get out of bed to go to church. Talked about this during Profile This. She was arrested on suspicion of child abuse for allegedly using a taser to get her 17-year-old son out of bed.
Good morning.
She claims she only sparked the device to get him out of out of bed, but authorities found 2 bumps on his leg.
Like, that's still not awesome, though.
No.
You know, kids, get out of bed. I fired at the ceiling.
Yeah.
You haven't been woken up that way?
No. White people do revelry real loud. Right in your ear.
Yeah.
Seriously.
All he needs a loud noise.
I heard revelry
Yeah.
in my ear.
It's
Did you
another.
ever get the stick in the trash can?
Oh, yeah.
It's like an old school military. And my dad, because he was in the military, thought it was hilarious.
It's another episode of Dumb Criminals. In Florida, 2 boys thought they would be slick and make off with a pizza delivery driver's car, but there's one issue. Neither of the 2 of them could drive stick.
Yeah, that's a thing.
You got a stick, man. No one's stealing your car.
The pair were caught by the driver and fled on foot, but were found shortly afterward by the sheriff and were slapped with a couple charges.
I tell you what, man. I would still like, if I'm driving, I'd still like to have a stick.
Oh, yeah. That's it for your headlines with that. My God, is that?
Thank you, brother. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the return of Who Sucks Less? Ask the Men's Room. We'll drink a toast with a shot of the day and another round of Profile This.
Yes, indeed. None of that is true. All right, bitches. We are out of here. Until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.